Mpumalanga, basically bringing to an end our election roadshow, and you'll remember that last week there was a broadcast from Bushbuck Ridge, and here we are just wrapping up the province and taking a look at this particular area. The time now is 19 minutes before 7 o'clock if you're watching the time. Now, part of the municipality we're focusing on and broadcasting from, as you can see on your screen right now, is, I suppose, what one could sometimes call the energy Mecca of South Africa. There's a lot of coal mining that takes place here in Mpumalanga, and the municipality borders onto South Africa's most active province, and that's Gauteng. It's around about an hour and a half or so's drive from Gauteng to get here to Emalahleni, and also has a name that indicates its wealth, which is coal. When you run a municipality with an active and thriving economy, I suppose quite a few difficulties come with that particular job as well, and it has lots of challenges. Well, joining us now to talk a little bit about a couple of the challenges and achievements in her time as being the executive mayor here in Emalahleni, I've got Councillor Salome with me. Good to have you, Mayor. Thank you very much for being with us on this broadcast.
Thank you, Leanne, and good morning to the viewers.
I talk about a couple of challenges and how sometimes it's a very difficult job. I mean, if we go back to, I think what happened in July 2012 with you as the mayor, residents dumped garbage in, well, the bags in front of your house. How did it make you feel? I mean, because that was really near the beginning of your time as the mayor here.
True, it was at the beginning of my term, and I was not even around because, remember, I was once an NEC member, so I was attending the meeting, and then I was called by my helper to say there are people who are dumping garbage outside the yard. And on investigation, or rather when we looked at our tape, because we do have a monitor at home, we found out that it was white people who were dumping garbage there. So I called the municipal manager, indicated what was happening. He went there with a member of the mayoral committee. They cleaned the whole night. That's how big the garbage was. Yeah. So it was really sad, but maybe one could understand that maybe it was out of frustration because we had challenges of our fleet, which was not in a perfect working condition. So it was difficult for us to collect garbage as regular as we should have been. Yeah. So what they did, they collected all the garbage, they collected dog poos, they collected cigarette stubs, and then they dumped it in my house. It was really sad.
Yeah, I imagine. I mean, you don't want something like that happening. You emphasize that it was white people. What difference does that really make, whether they were white or whether they were black residents? They were obviously disgruntled residents.
Well, I'm emphasizing because as I'm saying that from the tape, it was only white people who appeared there. There was no black person that appeared. So maybe it was something political. I'm not sure. Yes. So I'm emphasizing that because I could see that there was no single black person that was there. Yeah.
Having said that, it's obviously there is an issue, and the people did have an issue back then. Look, we are 2 years down the line now. Would you say a lot has changed since then? Have things improved?
Well, on the question of waste management, yes, we have improved. We don't go a week without collecting. At least our fleet has improved. It has been fixed. We have improved on that score. And also I must indicate that not only have we improved on waste management, but we have also improved on our water issue. As you would remember that we once experienced problems with our water, which the quality was not so good. But then we brought in Rand water, and we dealt with our water treatment plant, which was finished. We dealt with the replacement of asbestos cement pipes. In some areas, Akaville is one of them, Del Jude is one of them, but we're still dealing with it. So our water quality also has improved, and also the provision is now more regular than it was before. Yeah. And then on the electricity side, we're still struggling because, as you have indicated, that we are a mining town. So we are attracting people all over South Africa to come look for work. And so they want temporary accommodation. Hence, we have informal settlement. We have so many informal settlement. And that overburdens our infrastructure, whether it be electricity, sanitation, and water. But what we have done is we have engaged with the mining houses that we have around us here to assist in upgrading our substation, for instance, so that we are able to carry the load. As you would know, that we have doubled between 2001 and the census for 2011. the population has doubled. In fact, in our take, we are more than 500,000, although the census is saying 395,000. So you can imagine if you have the infrastructure that is meant for less than 200,000 people, and now we are 500,000, obviously it will be very difficult and heavy for the municipality to put up with.
Indeed it would. One of the issues we haven't touched on though is the road, because I mean you talk about this being a mining hub, and obviously there are lots of trucks on this road, and there's a lot of activity. I must say it's one of the most active places we've come to. We start our broadcast very, very early, but when we were driving into Ackerville and out of just out of the city centre of Emalahleni, it was busy, but the roads are in a desperate state. They really are. In fact, I said it in the opening. I'm convinced I've got a flat tire bashed so badly into one of the potholes here. It's a big issue. It is a very big issue. And as soon as I mentioned that, I got a flood of tweets from residents saying that's exactly our problem, and we want to see them fixed. Is that on the radar?
It is. It is true, Leon. You would appreciate that also as a municipality we conduct what we call mayoral imbizos. And as we move around these imbizos, priority, or one of the priorities, are the roads. Because as you would say that the municipality is surrounded by these mines. So people are well off. People have cars. So if we can just fix the road, then they'll be comfortable. But also the contributory factor is the fact that we're having these heavy load trucks driving even in the municipal streets, because they are trying to run away from the toll gates, so they even get into town. So they really do damage our streets. But we do have a plan. We have a plan. Right now we have started with the patching of potholes, particularly on the main roads. And then, long term, we would need more funding to deal with the roads, because in fact they need to be rehabilitated instead of patching. Yeah. So we patch, we don't have enough funds to reseal, and then we get rains, and then it gets damaged again. So we really
it's a major issue.
The figures, it is,
and it is a major issue countrywide as well. It's something that we seem to be talking about in every province. It's the roads that desperately need attention. Mayor, thank you for talking to us. I know the elections are a week away. It's just unbelievable to see it. So I wish you all the best in the area.
Thank you so much, Lian.
Thanks for being with us. This was the Executive Mayor of Emalahleni's Municipality, Councillor Salome Sithole, talking to us here on Morning Live.